Now on CoastTV News.
Relief on the way. How much gas prices in Delaware are going down.
Ocean City beaches open again for the first time since Sunday.
And we have had ourselves a beautiful Friday across the Delmarva Peninsula, but will it continue into the weekend? I'll have all the details in my full forecast in minutes.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
Delaware drivers getting a break from gas prices. Good evening. I'm Christina DeRobertis.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. Welcome to our News at 5. We begin tonight with a number that only gets better as it gets lower.
Delawareans are getting pumped over steadily decreasing gas prices.
The current average cost of a gallon of gas, according to AAA, is $2.97. That's lower than the national average of $3.22, lower than the price last month of $3.28, and considerably down from the $3.66 it was 1 year ago at this time.
And while drivers are grateful to see the decline, they're also wondering why the price hadn't dropped sooner.
It was crazy that we have been paying these high prices for gas when you can see if they can drop it now, they could have dropped it years ago.
According to experts, this recent drop is due in part to sluggish demand after a busy summer travel season, a sharp decline in the price of crude oil, and refineries switching to a less expensive blend for winter fuel.
And this brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, what are you going to do with all the gas savings you may be coming across right now?
Well, so far, most of you are saying you're going to save this money. Very responsible of you guys who answered that. Some of you saying some extra shopping, dining out, and more travel.
I don't know if I can say I'm going to be responsible here. I may just spend it. If you can go to coasttv.com and get into this poll, you can vote there or use our mobile app. We'll check back in at 6. The ongoing problem of medical waste has plagued Delmarva since Sunday, but good news. On your screen now, Ocean City has finally fully opened up. People in the water, on the beach, all seemingly having a blast in the sun, but they still have questions about how and why this medical waste washed up.
If anyone can find out where it came from, first of all, being such a large area that it's been washing to shore, that would be wonderful if they could find out who it was, where it came from, and who could be held responsible if it was, especially done intentionally or anything like that.
Visit our Facebook page and website for the latest beach openings on Delmarva.
And here's a quick look at the current status of the beaches along the coast. From Lewis down to Fenwick Island, a water advisory is in place until the 23rd.
New today, Governor Carney has vetoed legislation that would have made medical aid in dying legal in the first state. In a statement, Carney said he has consistently opposed medical aid in dying, and he doesn't believe a firm consensus has been reached on the issue, noting the legislation passed the state legislature by just one vote. Carney went on to say, quote, "I have always recognized and do today that this is a deeply personal issue," unquote. It is currently unclear if Delaware lawmakers will attempt to override Carney's veto.
Let's take a live look now into Laurel from our Tyndall's camera. Let's check in with First Alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobono for a look at the forecast. Chris, how's the weekend looking?
Hey there, Christina. Yeah, we are looking very nice for this weekend. In fact, we have had ourselves quite a beautiful day on the Delmarva Peninsula. Here's a live look into Dover. Just a few cumulus clouds, temperature of 80 degrees, winds relatively calm. And across the Dover area, a bit on the breezy side at the coast. And you can see temperatures away from the coast generally in the upper 70s to low 80s. And there you see lower 70s at the coast. Winds not as strong as they were yesterday, but still on the breezy side, seeing some gusts as high as 15 miles an hour, though. We are continuing to see that onshore flow, all thanks to this coastal storm that's kind of meandering off the coast there, about 300 miles out, but we are still feeling effects in the form of some coastal flooding as well as some breezy conditions. Now, as far as games tonight go, we are looking very nice with temperatures falling into the 70s. We'll talk more about the rest of the weekend and have a little look at the tropics coming up.
All right, Chris, thank you. Well, plastic bags are now top of mind for businesses along the coast who can no longer use them. However, that did not stop 9 businesses in the Rehoboth Beach area. DenRec fined each one $750 this year since a ban on plastic bags went into effect in 2019.
I think it's good that they put a big fine on it. Hopefully that'll help people not ask for the bags, and hopefully we can help save our earth because the earth is in trouble.
And that same law also requires retailers to continue to provide an at-store recycling program for plastic bags and film.
The Lewis City Hall was closed today, but that's because the council members were out enhancing the community. The council, joined by volunteers, did everything from planting flowers to cleaning the beaches. Amy Marisco says the Community Service Day was the perfect opportunity to be casual with the citizens of Lewis and hear their ideas.
So that was my favorite part, is just kind of the joy and the collegial environment that this created. And it created also a conversation so that people are talking about projects.
Marasco says that this has been so successful that she hopes there's going to be a Community Service Day next year as well. And over in Dewey Beach this weekend, the town is hosting a Public Safety Day. It's an event where you can meet Dewey Beach first responders. This happening from 12 to 4 at 115 McKinley Ave. And there are going to be food, activities, and more.
And staying in Dewey, when driving in town, especially in the summer, you likely have experienced heavy traffic, and that often leads to increased safety risks for pedestrians. Well, today at the Dewey Beach Town Council meeting, officials are going over pedestrian safety concerns. There are a few projects in progress to increase safety, one including lowering the flashing yellow beacons to increase visibility. One store employee says although the town is constantly working to make it safer, drivers need to be more careful.
I see a lot of cars speeding all the time, even when we have the meter, like the one up front there. Like, people just don't really care. And there was like a huge accident like a couple months ago, I remember, over by across the little store.
Also on the agenda tonight, a possible change to the town's noise ordinance. And we'll have more on that story on CoastTV News at 6.
With in-person early voting beginning today in 3 states, Minnesota, South Dakota, and Virginia, NBC's Alice Barr shows us how Vice President Harris is in Georgia, zeroing in on reproductive rights, and former President Trump is preparing to rally tomorrow in North Carolina.
Voting is officially underway in the 2024 presidential election. Starting today, voters can cast early in-person ballots in Virginia, Minnesota, and South Dakota. As the clock ticks, the candidates centering key issues. Vice President Harris in Georgia today focused on reproductive rights and drawing attention to the deaths of 2 women linked to the state's abortion ban in a new ProPublica investigation. The family of 28-year-old Amber Thurman speaking out overnight at an Oprah-hosted Harris event.
Amber was not a statistic. She was loved.
The family blames the young mother's death on delays in abortion care. Vice President Harris blaming former President Trump for ushering in a wave of abortion restrictions, even when it's allowed to save the mother's life.
Here's the problem with that. So is she on death's door before you actually decide to give her help?
Former President Trump overnight at 2 events focused on fighting anti-Semitism, lamented that a majority of Jewish Americans back Vice President Harris, claimed Israel would cease to exist if he loses the election, and appeared to assign blame if that happens.
If I don't win this election, and the Jewish people would really have a lot to do with that if that happens.
The Harris campaign accusing him of resorting to, quote, the oldest anti-Semitic tropes. Meanwhile, the Secret Service acting director today addressed failures, including bad planning and poor communication between agencies, causing a security lapse in the July attempted assassination of former President Trump. The agency promising shifts in strategy to keep the nominees safe in the final stretch before Election Day. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Well, some states have opened up their polling places. On Delmarva, that's going to be a little bit of a wait. In Delaware, early voting opens October 25th. It runs through November 3rd. In Maryland, it opens October 24th, but only runs through October 31st. And then if you want to vote on Election Day itself, that will be November 5th for everybody. Staying safe on social media, popular apps that the FTC say use vast surveillance.
Well, this coastal storm is continuing to cause coastal flooding. We have those advisories up through 6 a.m. Saturday, as well as a watch through Sunday. We'll talk more about that, plus the rest of your weekend forecast here in a few minutes.
Photography, fireworks, and a 60s style cruise. It's shaping up to be a fun weekend along the coast. Stay tuned for your cool things to do.
At Johnny Janosik's Mattress World, shop the area's largest mattress selection of the best brand names. Beauty Rest Black, Stearns & Foster, Tempur-Pedic, Serta, Kingsdown, Purple, and more. Shop now and find 16 queen mattresses under $9.99, with queen mattresses starting as low as $5.99. Plus, get a $300 reward card with any premium mattress purchase. Get the better night's sleep you deserve. Visit Johnny Janosik's Mattress World.
Tacoma has a dominant legacy as America's favorite small pickup for almost 2 decades. Known for reliability and capability. Now buy a Tacoma with low 4.99 APR or lease an SR for $279 a month.
This is my legacy.
Toyota, let's go places.
Foul odors, discolored water, are you running out of hot water more quickly? These are all signs of sediment buildup in your water heater. And as the buildup becomes more severe, it can even cause a premature tank failure. Flushing the tank periodically can prevent these problems. FH Fur has you covered. Get a water heater flush for $49. That's right, a complete water heater flush for only $49. Act now and get a plumbing inspection free.
877-CALL-FUR. FHFur.com.
Design a custom home that fits your unique style and budget with Accessible Home Builders. At Accessible, we provide you with a variety of customizable options to create the home of your dreams.
Accessible Builders provided us with a beautiful home.
Scott is full of ideas from his past experiences, and he really worked with us on all our custom asks and wants.
We would definitely recommend Accessible Builders.
Completely customize your dream home with Accessible Home Builders.
This is Coast TV News at 5.
Friday's finally here, and there are some fun events calling your name this weekend. Christina DeRobertis has a look at all the cool things to do this weekend.
Well, I know it's starting to feel a little bit chilly outside and pumpkins are popping up everywhere, but it's still technically summer until Sunday. And with a beautiful weekend ahead, if you want to make the most of these final summer days, head over to the James Farm Ecological Preserve and participate in a live photography competition Saturday. The second annual photo challenge, hosted by the Delaware Center for the Inland Bays, encourages photographers of all skill levels to capture the beauty of the preserve. Cash prizes are up for grabs, and here's a look at last year's winning photo. It's by Debbie Blair, titled A Soft Landing. Maybe you can top it. But if photography's not your thing, what about fireworks, pony rides, and a pet parade? All that and more at Milford's Riverwalk Freedom Festival, which goes all day long Saturday. Or you can head to the Rehoboth Beach Convention Center from noon to 4 on Saturday and support the Rehoboth Beach Volunteer Fire Company. All you have to do is taste different craft beers from local Delaware breweries. There will be music and food as well. Saturday night, hop aboard the Cape May Lewis Ferry at 5:30 and celebrate the ferry's 60th anniversary with a very special Sunset 60s cruise. You can dress up in your favorite oldies clothing and enjoy an evening of music, food, and drinks with Delaware's rock and soul party band, the Funsters. And ladies, Sunday is your time to fight back, literally. Sharpen your self-defense moves at an empowering seminar hosted by Got Your Back Self-Defense. It's happening from 11 to 1 at Revelation Craft Brewing in Georgetown. Time to throw some punches and boost your confidence. For event details, tickets, and more, just head to coasttv.com and click on the Cool Things to Do tab.
Here at North Bay Marina, we know that boaters have the most fun.
Blue Coast Seafood Grill and Raw Bar in Rehoboth Beach is Delaware's premier restaurant. Located in Rehoboth Gateway, Blue Coast features indoor and outdoor dining and serves beautiful, simple food that highlights the coastal flavors of southern Delaware. With chef-inspired daily specials, an award-winning wine list, and an extensive list of ales and cocktails, Blue Coast is the perfect place for a night out or celebrate any occasion in our private library dining space. Blue Coast Rehoboth, open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner with plenty of free parking. See you soon.
I needed to do some safe floor. I slipped in my old floor and I broke my kneecap. I called Pinnacle, they came. The team was very professional. And then when I came home 2 o'clock, my garage was done. That's the best part. I loved it. Pinnacle did a really great job. They did this beautiful floor and safe to walk. Call Pinnacle, you will not be disappointed. You'll be happy like I am.
There's no issue where politicians, Republicans and Democrats, have failed more than immigration. A crisis at the southern border, drugs flooding our communities. We need leaders who reject toxic politics and get stuff done. Larry Hogan knows how to get results. In the Senate, Hogan will be the key independent swing vote to secure our border and fix the broken immigration system. He's a proven leader. Larry Hogan for Maryland.
I'm Larry Hogan, and I approve this message.
The Judy Center Early Learning Hub works with families with children birth to the age of 5 to ensure that they are ready for school.
We partner with members of our community to build a family strong enough to handle even the toughest challenges. By offering a free home education program, playgroups, story times, parent workshops, and monthly events, we enhance your kids' readiness for school.
The Judy Center provides your family with the resources necessary to raise a child. The Judy Center, one community, one family.
My patients mean the world to me. It's why I come to work every day.
When a patient gives me a hug or says, I can't believe you were able to do this for me.
Getting somebody out of pain.
Seeing a patient be able to smile when they haven't for years.
Somebody that's afraid and then they're not afraid anymore.
I love making a difference in other people's lives for the better.
I think that's a really amazing thing that you can do for somebody else.
I'm thankful that I get to do it.
Open 6 days a week with convenient hours. Call and schedule your appointment today.
Download the free Coast TV First Alert weather app today.
Well, you made it. The weekend is here and the weather is cooperating. We have this pesky little coastal storm still off the coast. Here's a live look into Ocean View. Water's pretty calm there. Looks like somebody in a boat there to the right corner, but we are at 72 degrees in Ocean View. Winds relatively calm there. We're still a bit on the breezy side at the coast. Away from the coast, though, it is nice. We're in the mid to upper 70s, right around that 81-degree mark in Redden. We're at 78 in Salisbury and 75 in Lewis. As I mentioned, we're not seeing the 30, 40-mile-an-hour gusts like we had the other day, but still on the breezy side, and we do continue to feel effects from this coastal storm. Coastal flood advisory up into effect to about 8 a.m. tomorrow. Coastal flood advisory for Worcester County until 4 p.m. Sunday. And then we also have a coastal flood watch for the entire Delmarva. That goes until Sunday as well. We have a dangerous risk of rip currents as well through the weekend. So we continue to see those coastal impacts from this storm that is some 300-400 miles to our east. You can see it spinning here, producing rain for Boston, but we are bone dry across the Delmarva, especially the coast. Check a look at these rainfall totals. This is so far this month. Just 16/10 of an inch in Georgetown, and you can see we showed this map last week, that moderate drought extending now into Milton and Georgetown, and off to our west there, you can see there in a extreme and severe drought in portions of West Virginia and Ohio. But we are going to have a hard time finding rain chances. We could see a brief shower Saturday night, but better chance of rain looks like middle of next week. We are dry, we're comfortable through the evening and overnight, dipping into the lower 60s. Wouldn't surprise me if we see a few upper 50s across interior Delmarva. Tomorrow afternoon, spectacular. Mostly sunny skies. We're going to be right around that 80-degree mark. A bit cooler at the coast where we'll be in the mid-70s. Futurecast shows those weak showers rolling in tomorrow night. Good news is we'll all be sleeping once they roll through. Could see a few early clouds on Sunday. We usher in fall Sunday morning, and we are looking spectacular by Sunday afternoon. We're going to continue to see that wave action through the weekend, generally about 4 to 6 feet. So that's why those coastal flood advisories continue. Tonight, 60 degrees, a clear and comfortable night. Could see some patchy fog develop as well. Mostly sunny. tomorrow, and a gorgeous day, and those overnight showers possible. And then we dry things out Sunday afternoon, a few clouds, but we are sunny and cool. Keeping an eye on the tropics, National Hurricane Center has a 50% chance of development here over the next 7 days, so interests along the Gulf should pay close attention to the forecast next week. And be sure to come out to next Sunday for the Walk for Prostate Cancer. Join Chief Meteorologist. Hopefully we'll work on that forecast. We are expecting a few showers there. And there's your Paul Davis 7-day forecast. Shows we cloud up middle of next week with shower chances rolling in Wednesday through Thursday.
All right, sounds good, Chris. Thank you. Well, it's week 3 of the NFL season, and we look ahead to Sunday night football. The Atlanta Falcons take on the Kansas City Chiefs, and coverage starts here on CoastTV at 7 p.m.
And coming up today on the Delmarva Sports Network at 7 p.m., it's your live game of the night. Cape Henlopen's home opener with Lake Forest. That's in football. Can't wait to see that one. On DSN, plus a lot of high school football. Also 6 p.m., it's Seaford facing First State Military. And at 7, you can watch Indian River take on Polytech.
Coming up next, how the USPS will implement extraordinary measures to ensure ballots for mail-in voters are delivered on time. Stay tuned on Coast TV News at 5.
There's still lots of great weather left to enjoy a new deck and a vacation.
With Paul Davis, you can have both. Our composite decking looks great. It won't fade, curl, or rot, so it's maintenance-free and comes with our lifetime warranty.
Paul Davis will bring the showroom to you, take measurements, and give you a down-to-the-penny price that same day. And that vacation?
We'll give you that, too.
Pay nothing for 12 months and get a luxury vacation for 2. Call today for a free same-day estimate.
Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling.
Weather is sponsored by Paul Davis Restoration, your storm damage experts, here to help now.
It's Delmarva's best-kept secret, Johnny Janosik's Outlet and Clearance Center. Save up to 80% on name-brand furniture and mattresses. Shop one-of-a-kinds, customer cancellations, scratch and dents, discontinued items, and more. Find incredible deals store-wide. We have something for everyone and something for every room in your home. Shop early and often. New products arrive daily. And buy it today, get it today. Discover the secret. Shop Johnny Janosik's Outlet and Clearance Center in Laurel and Dover.
When you're close to the land and the sea, you can taste the goodness. The historic Lewis Farmers Market brings farms closer to tables. Meet the growers, talk to the people that milk the cows, and pick the perfect peaches. Organically grown fruits and vegetables, sustainable meats and eggs, A2 dairy products, artisan breads, and fresh local seafood.
The historic Lewis Farmers Market is in the park every Saturday from 8 to noon and at Crooked Hammock Brewery every Wednesday from 8 to 11:30 a.m.
In 1925, a simple bank ledger began journaling the transactions of life in Willards, Maryland. New houses, barns, and farm equipment. Growing families and businesses both big and small. A record through time of hardship and prosperity. 100 years ago, the founding of the Farmers Bank of Willards was vital to the town. 100 years later, banking has changed, but the Farmers Bank remains steadfast in its original mission, keeping and reinvesting millions of dollars right here for the benefit of our communities.
I'm proud of you, son. Thanks, Dad. That means a lot. This home wouldn't be possible without the foundational life lessons you taught me. Call Dry Zone. What? To protect your crawl space. This is Delmarva, son. Just like your life, your home's foundation needs a dry crawl space. Call Dry Zone. They're the oldest and the best. Just like you, Dad.
Protect your largest investment with Delmarva's local choice, Dry Zone, the oldest and the best.
Brought to you by Dry Zone, your local crawl space experts.
The United States Postal Service will implement what it calls extraordinary measures to ensure 2024 ballots for the nation's mail-in voters are delivered on time.
This assertion by the Postmaster General was made amid weeks of concerns raised by both Democrats and Republicans about the post office's past performance and its ability to deliver for the American people.
Cheryl Hubbard has that story.
The United States Postal Service, or USPS, says it's prepared.
Let me be clear. The Postal Service is ready to deliver the nation's mail-in ballots.
Postmaster General Louis DeJoy pledged Thursday that the U.S. Postal Service will implement, quote, extraordinary measures to ensure the timely delivery of mail-in voting. These special measures include designated lines at post offices for people with ballots, extra deliveries and collections by letter carriers, after-hours drop-offs to election offices, and keeping processing facilities open on the Sunday before Election Day.
We engage in heroic efforts intended to beat the clock.
But not everyone is convinced. In the swing state of Georgia, the USPS, Georgia's Regional Processing and Distribution Center, has suffered months of mail issues.
What we have seen in the state of Georgia over the last year has been abysmal performance by U.S. Postal Service leadership.
Former President Donald Trump has made claims about supposed fraud with mail-in voting since he was on the 2020 campaign trail.
Watch your vote, because they tend to disappear.
He has resurrected those false claims this election cycle.
Mail-in voting is totally corrupt.
USPS officials said in the 2020 election, it delivered 99.89% of ballots from voters to election officials within 7 days. I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
A new Federal Trade Commission staff report says major social media and video streaming services conducted vast surveillance of users to monetize their personal information. The report analyzed how 9 companies, including Meta, YouTube, and TikTok, collect and use data. The FTC said that while the companies make a lot of money by harvesting personal data, it can put people's privacy in danger and expose them to things like identity theft and stalking.
Coming up, Maryland Folk Festival kicks off today. The sights, the sounds that you can expect this weekend. Stay tuned on CoastTV News at 5.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry-first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation, where we bring the showroom to you.
Struggling with moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis? Talk to your doctor about #1 prescribed Entyvio, offering 2 maintenance options, including the Entyvio pen. Infusion and serious allergic reactions can happen during or after treatment. Risk of infection, which can be serious. PML, a rare, potentially fatal brain infection, cannot be ruled out. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, sores, or are prone to infections. Liver problems can occur. Entyvio, relief, remission for real.
For more than a decade, Farxiga has been trusted again and again and again. Ask your doctor about Farxiga.
Discover the wonders of our environment at UT's Coast Day on October 6th from 10 to 3 in Lewis. Hands-on science, research vessels, and more at this family-friendly event. More info, visit utel.edu/coastday. Sponsored by CoastTV.
Hi, I'm Warren Rosenfeld. Start your day with breakfast from Rosenfeld's Jewish Deli, served at each of our 3 locations. Enjoy our scrambled lox, onions, and eggs, our corned beef and Swiss cheese omelet, or our fried chicken and waffles. How about our corned beef hash and eggs, our challah French toast, our oversized pancakes, or some warm potato latkes? And don't forget about our smoked fish platters. So come treat your belly to breakfast at Rosenfeld's. It's served all day long. We hope to feed you soon.
Don't miss the Delaware Resorts Fall Home Expo at Cape Henlopen High School in Lewis, September 21st and 22nd. Admission is free. 100 exhibitors from throughout the Delaware region will present their products and services. Come see a wide array of some of the resort area's top home product and service companies, all under one roof. Many of the exhibitors offer expo specials, and some will be giving away gifts and prizes. Ample parking is free. Don't miss the free Fall Home Expo, September 21st and 22nd at Cape Henlopen High School in Lewis.
Well, if you're a music lover, this story's for you. The city of Salisbury now welcoming hundreds of musicians, dancers, and artists to hit the stage downtown this weekend for the Maryland Folk Festival. Admission is free, and along with a variety of music, you can enjoy vendors and different activities.
And if you're heading out to dinner tonight or football games, we are looking very nice. Live look in the Laurel, where it is 77 degrees. Temperatures falling into the upper 60s through the 8 o'clock hour. First day of fall arrives this Sunday. morning at 8:43 a.m. And be sure to check out the Coast First Alert weather phone. And your 7-day or 10-day forecast, shows dry conditions through this weekend. And we see unsettled conditions return back to the area by Wednesday.
Well, thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition is up next.
And we're going to see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.